Okay, so my name is Kayla Gibson, and I have been a makeup artist for over 10 years, but I teach women of all ages how to use simple makeup that does not require expert skills. And the really amazing thing is on Monday, we have a giant sale. So we have so many makeup products, brushes, palettes, all that are going to be 40% off. And so what I'm going to show you, because this is probably the thing I get asked the most, is what do I use for what, like what brush do I use for what part of my makeup routine. So we have a ton of brushes that are going to be 40% off. Hi, you guys. Tell me where you're watching from. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to only show you ones, like a few of them. We have a ton, but I find that if you get almost too educational with too many things, it gets really confusing, okay? So if you want a color match to the makeup that I'm going to show you today, or you want the shopping link for the sale on Monday, just comment match and I will get that sent to you. Oh, can you hear me, you guys? Someone said that they can't hear me. Okay, so I'm gonna start here, and if you guys can't hear me, I will just start over. Start the live over. Okay, I am going to start out with these two brushes. Hi from Massachusetts. Hello, you guys. So here you're going to see a powder brush and the buff brush. Both will be 40% off on Monday. Okay, the powder brush is one you don't actually see me use very often. This is one that you can use for a full coverage look. So it has kind of this flat top kabuki, and it has kind of this like flat tapered side. So you can use this to just kind of dab that color in. This is similar to what the buff brush is, and I'm going to show you how to use the buff brush. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you can hear me. Someone couldn't hear me for a second. Okay, so the buff brush, you can see these really dense brushes or bristles here. Sorry, my son is in the background. I'm trying not to get distracted by him. And the denser they are, the more full coverage you're going to have. So this is actually a really beautiful brush if you want full coverage, or if you have a lot of texture, okay? Because this is really great for just pressing color in. So I'm gonna show you, I think the buff brush is fabulous for doing your highlights and contours. And if you are new to this makeup and you're new to seeing this and you're like, what's highlights and contours? These three colors essentially make up your foundation shade, okay? So you have this dark contour color, you have, and then these two skin tone shades. And the skin tone shades are considered your foundation and your concealer. But we call them highlights. Did I say concealer shades or highlight shades? Okay, so I took the fat side of this brush and I just lined my hairline and my cheekbone. I'm going to take kind of the remnants and drag it along my jawline here. And then I'm going to tap into my brightening highlight. So this is my concealer color, and I'm just tapping this in. Now, you guys, when you see me normally do this, I do not have this full of coverage. Like I said, this is a full coverage brush. Some people prefer more coverage. They have like a lot of redness to cover. I didn't do any color correcting on my face because I wanted to show you how good this brush is. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of the my brightening shade and my foundation shade and go along my jawline. And I'm just going all around my contour. Okay, so I'm just tapping it. And just by tapping it, you guys can see how full of coverage this is. So this is how I would personally use... No, thank you. I appreciate it, baby. This is how I would personally use the buff brush, okay? This was actually my very first brush. This is the brush that I fell in love with because when I first started Saint makeup, I was like a full coverage girly through and through. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what you can do with the buff brush. So you guys, we are using a tapping motion with this buff brush. And if you are new to Saint, friends, or you aren't new, but you really want to just remember how to use the brushes, whether you're planning to shop the sale or not, honestly, I would save this video. So like after I'm done, save this video because it'll post on my story or on my feed. So you can come back and learn how to use these brushes, okay? So look at that. I just did tapping. I put way too much contour on, but don't worry. Don't worry. The amazing thing about creams is they're super forgiving. So you just have to use the tapping motion. If you know how to tap, if you don't know how to like tap a pin, okay, you're good. I'm leaving this side free because I'm going to show you guys another way that you can use a different brush to apply your highlights and contours. Hi, you guys. So I did apply too much here because you guys, the buff brush picks up a lot of product. So if you're someone that you're like, I try to get it out of my tin and it's like, it just doesn't come out easily, the buff brush almost breaks up the creams to pull it up out of the tin. So it's a really great brush just to at least get the colors down on your face. And then here you can see I'm kind of cleaning this up. But look how forgiving that was. I mean, I put so much contour on and now it looks semi-normal. Okay, so now I'm just dragging a little bit of those remnants along my nose. So this is the buff brush. The powder brush is going to give you similar results. Okay, I do use the tapered end of the powder brush to apply loose powder underneath my eyes if I need it. Okay, so those are those two brushes. Okay, 40% off. Now, the next brush I'm going to show you, this is called the blend brush. I want you to look at how flimsy these bristles are. That means lighter coverage. The more flimsy, the lighter coverage you're going to get. So this is for my really, really light coverage girlies. This is really good just for your main highlights and your brightening highlights. So I'm going to show you how light of coverage this is. It's very light. It's not my jam. So I actually don't need, or I don't use this brush specifically for my highlights and contours. I actually use this side for blush, honey, and I use this small, okay, and I use this small side for my eyeshadow. Now, most people that like light coverage, they use this whole thing as for their bronzer and their highlights, and then they use this small area to get right underneath the eyes, okay? Again, this is not my jam for a light coverage because I'm just not a super light coverage girl, but yes, you can use the detail brush for what I'm doing, exactly. Okay, but then, so on this side I applied with the buff brush, this side I'm going to apply with the smudge brush. You guys have seen me, if you guys watch my videos, you guys have seen me use this little teeny brush to apply my highlights and contours. So the smudge brush can be used for this. I will go over what you can use for a color corrector. So smudge brush can be used to apply your highlights and contours. It's really easy to just place them where they need to go. But it also can be used for eyeshadow. So if you have a lot of like wrinkles or a lot of texture on your eyelids, maybe like a lot of just a lot of loose skin, this is a really good brush to just pat and tap that color on. Okay, because they are denser and you don't need a whole lot of movement in your eyeshadow. Hi, you guys. Okay, what are you guys most excited to purchase? Okay, but look, so this smudge brush takes more time than that buff brush did, right? That buff brush took me no time at all. And okay, so I am just applying these colors, and I am doing the one layer method. You do not have to do the one layer method, but that is what I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to go in with the buff brush and show you how you can tap this in. Where is my buff brush? Okay. Hi, you guys. Okay, so I am color matching. So I actually leave town. When do I leave town? I leave town tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So early.
I can't hear a tablet.
Oh, you can turn it up, Bear. But I will be color matching the whole time I'm there. I'm going for work, so it's not like I'm tapping out of work. Also, I don't tap out very well on vacation. Actually, yes, I do. I try to not, but I do. Hey, Barrett, can you turn it down just a little bit, honey, so my friends can hear me? Thank you. If you want it louder, baby, you can go outside, out in the living room right out there. Okay, so I'm just tapping this color in. This is my contour, and I'm flicking this up. Again, the buff brush is not one that you want to swirl around, so you're not doing these swirling motions at all. The buff brush is literally only for tapping. If you start swirling, you're gonna have some weirdness going on. I have to exfoliate, oh my gosh. But I have my hair slicked back. I have like a little hair treatment in right now because I'm washing my hair tomorrow morning before I go to the airport, and I am doing self-tanner tonight. Okay, so that is the face part so far. Now I have a couple more brushes to show you. I am going to show you the eyeshadow brush. Mine is very dirty, but the reason why I'm keeping it dirty is I'm going to show you, if you're planning to go get some brushes and you have not used our brush cleaner yet, you just need to get it. No, it's not going to be on sale. I don't think it's on sale on Monday, but it is literally one of those things that helps your brushes last longer. It helps your makeup go on smoother. It's just so good. And this is a drying, like instant drying. So I'm going to spray this right on my brush here. And you can take a paper towel or a microfiber cloth, and you're just going to swirl this around. And look at this. I got almost everything out of that. Isn't that crazy? It's so awesome. Okay, so the eyeshadow brush is the brush that I use the most for eyeshadow. It has this fluffy end, okay? And it has a dense end. So remember, the denser, the more pigment. The looser, the less pigment. So I'm going to show you really quick. I'm not going to do like a whole eyeshadow look because I really want to. Yes, the brush soap is amazing too. So I'm going to show you, this is the fluffy end. When we use the fluffy end of this brush, this is usually because we're going to be doing a crease situation. So I'm going above my crease here. I did not prime my eyes, and that was a big mistake. That's okay. So I am going, this is one of the colors that's going to be on sale. This is Leo. And you guys could just see how stinking pigmented that was. And I used the fluffy side to do the crease, okay? Now, what you can do is flip this side over, this dense side, and you can do the outer corner with this side. So tap a little bit here. And when we do the outer corner, we just tap. Remember, the denser the bristles, the more you want to tap, like less swirling you want to do. Which primer do I use for eyelids? I just use usually the my main highlight and then a powder to set it, and then that's my primer. Honestly, it works so good. Okay, so that's how you would use the eyeshadow brush. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next brush, which is weird because I don't have this brush with me. I cannot find it, and it's a brush I use often, so I don't really know where it's at. I know, I wish they would label their brushes too. Okay, so the line brush isn't this one, but it looks similar. So the line brush comes with a flat end like this that's slanted, and then the other side of it is a spoolie. And I think this is fabulous for both doing your eyebrows, or you can use it for an eyeliner. So you might do something like this. You might take a color here, and you might just use it for an eyeliner like this. Okay, that is how you can use the line brush. All right, let me see here. I have one left. Okay, I don't have one left. There are several other that are going to be on sale. They're mostly demi brushes, but again, I don't want to show you guys too many so that it's overwhelming. But this is the multitasker brush. This is the brush that I love for lips. So it has this very, very tiny end, which is super perfect for yeah, that's a great question. So this is a perfect one for lip liner. So you would just pop it into your contour, your bronzer, and use it as a lip liner. And this side is perfect for applying the actual lip color. So I'll show you here. It's just flat, and so it just gets the pigment on there really, really well. How I store my brushes. I'm really terrible, and I just have them all over my makeup vanity. But some people get these like little, they're like little hook stands, and they just like lay them sideways. So a lot of people like those. Okay, so this is the multitasker brush. Now, I did get a lot of people, well, a few people on here ask about, okay, well, what about the color correcting? So the color correcting they were talking about is maybe if you have some under eye situation that you need to, I'm joining the same family probably once your life ends. Yay! I love, this is the Bright brush, okay? This is pretty much the only demi brush I use besides the Shape brush, which I don't think the Shape brush will be on sale. But the Bright brush has this really fluffy end right here and this really tiny end. And you would use this, the tiny end, to kind of get right up in the areas that you need to color correct. Maybe they're right here. You're gonna watch this like little blue piece disappear right here. And then the fluffy end is maybe if you have like a larger area to color correct, okay? So maybe a little bit on the cheeks, maybe under here on the sides of your nose. Maybe your chin is very like red, something like that. So the bright brush is really great if you have color correctors. And yes, I do match you to color correctors. So that is how you use those brushes, you guys. I will go back to this blend brush really quick, and I'll just show you. That's not one that's going to be on sale, so I don't want to show you guys that one. Let me see. Oh, whatever. I'll do this one anyway. Okay. So the blend brush, I like to use it just like for blush right here. Some people, like one of my friends, just like only uses the blend brush. I just don't. But it just puts on a really soft amount of blush and it looks really, really pretty. You can also get really close underneath your eyes. Like I said, I like to use this for eyeshadow when I'm just like in a hurry and I just want one solid hurry fast shadow. So those are the brushes. If you guys have any questions at all, I am going to post this so I will be able to respond to your comments. Again, if you want the shopping link for Monday's sale, or you want color matched before the sale on Monday to take advantage of the discounted palettes, the discounted brushes, discounted lip and cheeks and eyeshadows, fragrances, just comment match and I'll send that right over to you guys. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Love you so much. Bye.